to BizChicks TV. We're here to help you take the hassle out of your hustle so you can build a profitable business that's fun to run. Here are your hosts.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Tech Life Weekly here on the BizChicks TV channel. I'm here with my friends and colleague. I'm here with the Ask Your AI professor, Miss Francine Gregory. I am here with Dr. Tachi from Indie Soup. I'm Terralina from California Cover Ups, and we're the BizChicks. We always like to come in on Friday and talk tech in ways that are easy to understand so that you can apply them to your life, make your life and your business life even easier. We're here to help you take that hassle out of the hustle and run a profitable business that's fun to run. Fran, we always like to start off with tech history. So you want to give us the lowdown on what's going on?
Okay, so today we're going to be talking about Jesse Russell.
Oh,
Yes, this is our feature for Blacks in Tech. The engineer who helped build the mobile world. Most people may never have heard of Jesse Russell, but billions of people use the technology connected to his work every day. Jesse Eugene Russell is an electrical engineer and inventor known for his work in digital cellular communications. In 1988, he led a Bell Laboratories team that introduced the first digital cellular technology in the United States. This matters because early cell phones were limited. The first generation of cellular technology was analog. It could carry voice, but it was not designed for the kind of data-heavy mobile world that we live in right now.
okay.
His work helped support the future of digital cellular networks, mobile data, text messaging, wireless, high
There it
capacity
is,
mobile
Fran.
communication.
There's that keyword, tech messaging. Okay, that's what he
And
depending on that right now.
and modern smartphones. He holds numerous communication patents, including patents related to mobile data telephones and cellular base stations. Before smartphones became normal, engineers had to solve a major problem. How can millions of people communicate wirelessly at the same time without overwhelming the system? Russell helped answer that question. His story reminds us that products that people see are not always the most. He reminds us that the product people see is not always the most important part of technology. People see the phone, they don't see the network. People might see the app, but they don't see the infrastructure. They see the result, but they do not always see the systems that made the result possible. So he worked on the systems in the back. Okay, so that is
What's his name? Russell what?
Jesse Eugene Russell.
Okay, Jesse, I see you.
I love that. You know, really quickly, the thing about that we see, you know, we're so, like he said, the phone, we see the phone and we don't think about the networks. It's like the same thing with like computing. You see all the hardware, the slick hardware, but you don't, you know, for example, the WWD Developers Conference, I think it just ended from Apple. All of those things, now they had those things live, and of course developers are watching it, but we, the average public, tunes in for the great new things that Apple is going to have. But in the background, they have sessions for developers on how to do this, this, and that. And this is what makes that hardware run. So the stuff that's sexy, that's important, and often makes money are the things that the public does not see.
Yep. If you look at it like the human body, we don't see the organs working. We don't see the liver and the kidneys and everything working. We see hands, you know, eyes. Oh, you got beautiful eyes or whatever. Okay, all of that does not work without the inner stuff.
And this is why you have people that look great on the outside, but are a hot mess on the inside.
Well, I'm
Oh,
trying
that's
to share.
him. Thank you,
Yeah,
Terry.
trying to share a picture of Jesse there.
He is 78 years old. Come on
I
now.
love him. He's right in my ballpark.
What I'm saying is these people are, we think tech, we think 20 somethings, but this, well, maybe he was in his 20s when he did this.
Probably, but we did
But
build the architecture of this bad boy.
You
yes,
did. You
We
did.
built the graphic cards that you see all the visual stuff on your phone and on your laptop. Um, I think what my point is, we have been instrumental in this industry, and it has not been pointed out nor celebrated.
we celebrate you, Mr. Russell.
Mhm.
I love it. And we need to see more things like this because I think young people are exposed to, first of all, we often only in the educational system get exposed to Black innovators during Black History Month.
Oh, he
Second
went
of
to
all,
A&I.
right?
He went to Tennessee A&I and then Stanford.
Oh, wow. And then
Mhm.
second of all, we only get exposed to them, the same ones every year. So I think it's really important, especially for younger generations, to know who this individual is. So thank you, Fran, for this.
Oh, you're welcome. I will have to tell you the story on how we had to dig it up, but that's another section.
Wow.
So let's talk about some tech that happened in history. June 7th, 2000, the breakup of Microsoft that never happened. A federal judge ordered Microsoft to be broken into two companies after an antitrust case. The breakup never happened. The ruling was later overturned and Microsoft remained one company. That was June 7th, 2000. Let's see, June 7th. I want my other stories. Okay, June 8th, 2009, Apple announced Mac OS 10, the Snow Leopard. Snow Leopard was not mainly about flashy new features. It focused on speed, stability, 64-bit performance. Lord, that was so old now. And better support for Intel-based Macs. June 8th, one processor to rule them all. June 8th, 1978, Intel introduced the 8086 processor. It became the foundation for the x86 processor family used in IBM compatible PCs and later Intel Core processors. June 9th, 1993, Life Finds a Way. Is this me?
I don't think it's me. I just put everything on Do Not Disturb.
I don't know where that came from.
Okay.
And why it is coming on my phone. Hold on a minute here.
We got so many devices, Fran.
Oh, no, not coming. And I'm like, this person, I don't know him either. So I don't know where that came from.
And I was looking at my phone and it was like, is that me? But I'm like,
me
it's
too.
not.
And I had just put my stuff on Do Not Disturb. So I was like, okay.
Yeah, this was a weird one because I don't normally get calls at 8 o'clock in the morning. They don't know me then.
Okay, so you don't know me like that.
Most people who know me know I am on the air at 8. So June 9th, Life Finds a Way. On June 9th, 1993, Jurassic Park premiered in Washington, D.C. The movie became a landmark in computer-generated imagery. Its use of CGI helped change the future of film production, computer-generated images, and it helped to prove that computer graphics could create realistic characters and scenes at scale audience had not seen before. What would have happened had they had AI?
Well,
they did have AI, but if it was to develop to where it is now, boy, the monsters would be jumping
they
off
could have made it really quick. Could have made that movie in a snap.
Yeah. Because it was very well done. The raptors and all of that stuff, you were really immersed in the movie
CGI
because
was like
everything looks
a
so
huge
real.
thing. Wait a minute, and Jurassic Park was done by which studio? Do you remember?
I know Steven Spielberg had something to do with it, didn't he?
Okay. So I actually, if it was Spielberg, because that would have been the same DreamWorks.
Okay.
Yes, let me check. Or Terry, can you look up Jurassic Park? Who was it? What are we looking for?
We're
Jurassic
looking for
Park
which studio produced it.
producer. Yeah. I'm thinking, I don't know. All I know is they have like, how many they got out now? 12, 10, something.
10 million.
Okay.
They got a lot of them out now.
It says Jurassic Park 1993 was produced by Kathleen Kennedy and Gerald R. Mullen. The iconic science fiction blockbuster was directed by Spielberg, who also developed the project, and it was produced under Spielberg's Amblin
Amblin, okay.
Amblin, okay.
Entertainment.
So I see it was also, it's Universal Pictures that did it.
And distributed through Universal.
Okay, well then and distributed through Universal. So it's not
DreamWorks.
Anime, because, well, here's the thing. It's so interesting. When I was a fellow for the, I think I've said this before several times, that I was a fellow for the Television Academy Foundation, which are the people that do the Emmys. So they had a program every year, and they've since changed it a bit, but there was a program that you could apply to if you were faculty so that you could keep your knowledge of the industry fresh in the classroom. So I applied in 2012 and I got it. And they, what they do, they flew you out to LA, they put you up, and you have meetings every day for a week with people in the industry. So because of that, I got to be on the set of where Big Brother was held. They had us at CBS Studios, showed us the Big Brother set. That's how I found out that they're encased in glass, and there is a camera that is on the outside of that glass. Yeah, very interesting. Also got to go to the set of Young Sheldon. What's the parent show to that? You know what I'm talking about. It's Young Sheldon is a spinoff of
oh my gosh, they have all the kids sitting in there, all the nerds are sitting
all the nerdy scientists. Yeah, I don't know why I can't remember the name.
The Big Bang Theory.
Big Bang Theory. So we were on the set of Big Bang Theory, which shares space. So in the same studio, it was Big Bang Theory and 2.5 Men. So we got to see the sets for all of that, which was really cool. And you really see, yeah, these are sets. Movies and television are magic. But the point of that is that we also went to DreamWorks Animation. And I was like, what have I done in a past life that this is not my life? This was one of these places that they fed, you didn't have to bring a thing because they fed all the employees breakfast and lunch free every day. They had clubs. So if you were into like yoga or Pilates, they had a yoga club when the meeting is this time. The campus was beautiful. And all of us were just sitting there in utter disgust that we chose a life of service to these damn students instead of doing this. I mean, we didn't know how. We were like, what the hell? But we also got to see the studios where they did the tracking, where, you know, they had an actor in a suit with the nodes on, and they could track the movements to put animation over it, and where they did the CGI. So this is where we got to see the magic of where movies like Jurassic Park and etc., where they use the magic of CGI. Again, Jurassic Park wasn't produced there, but we got to see all of those things because it was just amazing to actually see in person. So I wanted to add that.
Yeah, we are living in times where, boy, they'd have thought people was, you know, the witch hunt was on, you know, like what? They created these things from out of nowhere. But tech. Okay, continuing, June 10th. Okay. Oh, June 10th, there was the crossing the Atlantic cable. And I apologize, I don't have the date. I know it was in the 1800s where they laid that cable.
Yes.
To be able to send messages across long distance. June 11th, 1978, Speak and Spell. Texas Instruments announces Speak and Spell. It was one of the first consumer devices to use speech synthesis, a speech synthesis chip, otherwise known as a 11 Labs. It has voices, all the different voices you can have now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
We had
so
one
Speak
at
and
school.
Spell. Yeah.
Well, the Atlantic cable was 1858.
Thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.
Speak and Spell help introduce electronic speech to everyday consumers. Today's voice technology
I still
shows
got
up.
one in the hall closet. I'm using it with my great grandchildren.
This is good stuff. Today, voice technology shows up in smart speakers, GPS systems, accessibility tools, phone assistants, and AI products. So whoever started that thing,
I wonder if Speak and Spell is still a thing. If it's still a toy.
it might be.
Let's look.
I don't know.
We can go online and search anything now.
Yeah, I guess so, huh?
While you're doing that, June 13th, first man-made object to leave the solar system. June 13th, 1983, Pioneer 10 became the first human-made object to travel beyond the known planets. Spacecraft launched in 1972. This was not the only space milestone. It was a communications and engineering milestone. A spacecraft launched in 1972 was still sending data back across deep space. All right, let's talk about some.
Yes, Speak and Spell still exists, and it actually has the retro 80s design, and it's $30.
Oh,
Yeah, you can buy it from like Walmart.com and stuff like that.
Cool. I love it.
wow.
That's a bargain.
It really is. You would have thought it would have skyrocketed but no.
Yeah.
It's
$30 ain't bad.
No.
And I'll tell you, they last forever because they've been dropped and thrown.
Well, that was the day when they were making things that you didn't have to repeat by. Okay.
Exactly.
Amazon Prime Day is coming up. It will run from June 23rd, 12:01 a.m. Pacific time through June 27th at 12:01 a.m. This is a 4-day event. The deals are expected to appear daily at 12 a.m., 8 a.m., and 1 p.m. I'm like, okay. Apple announces iOS 27 at its WWDC 2026 event. The update includes Siri AI, stronger Apple Intelligence features, redesigned screen time, Safari improvements, photo tools, password updates, and a new liquid glass opacity slider.
Mm-hmm.
And if you haven't watched it, you can watch the WWDC 2026 with all of the things that are happening over at apple.com.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Do I have anything else? Yeah, OS, all of their stuff is being updated. Watch OS for 27 and I encourage people to do the updates on your phone for the security purposes, because they will find vulnerabilities on the phone, over a period of time, and updating your phone keeps your stuff secure.
Okay.
Yeah. Nintendo is still working on, Nintendo Direct is scheduled for June 9th. That was yesterday. Oh no, a couple of days ago. Announced a Direct showcase for June 9th. The event was going to run about 90 minutes. Okay, so this is a live event at the Nintendo Treehouse. The upcoming Switch 2 titles mentioned include Star Fox on June 25th, Rhythm Heaven, Groove on July 2nd. These are all games, new games on Nintendo Switch. Okay, let's see what else I want to talk about here. I might be done for the week. Oh, Google is cutting AI Plus price.
Oh, really? How much is it?
Cut the US price of Google AI Plus from $7.99 per month to $4.99 per month. I don't use it, but for all of you who do, you just got a price cut. And Google has also doubled included storage from 200 gigs to 400 gigs. There is an AI subscription price war going on, lower prices making AI tools more accessible for small businesses, students, creators, and everyday users. So that's going on right now. People are lowering prices and giving you more value. And TechCrunch reported that Netflix is expanding revamped mobile app across Asia. The new mobile experience has already rolled out in India, Australia, New Zealand, and the Philippines and Malaysia, with South Korea and Japan scheduled for July. Netflix is not just fighting for TV time, it is fighting for mobile attention.
Well, they need some content.
Well, now see, it depends on what you're looking for in content.
That's true.
On Netflix.
That's true, I guess, because what I like is limited over there.
Right, except for I've found, okay, I've been recently watching the Southeast Asian and other Asian
detective shows.
No, just shows, period.
Oh.
The thing is that you have to watch the subtitles unless they have already dubbed it in English.
Yeah.
So that's the whole thing. But there are a lot of them.
Well, I don't mind reading subtitles. I watch a lot of French mysteries and things like that.
Yes.
So
the mobile. So they're going mobile now. Not okay, because you notice when Netflix first started out, it was DVDs in the mail.
Yes, absolutely.
Then you had subscription on the TV. Now you have Netflix on your mobile. Although it's already been on the mobile device, they are the new mobile experience has already rolled. They revamped the mobile app in Asia. So I wonder what it's going to be like for us.
Yeah,
because like TJ said, most of the people in Gen Z and they're on here. They're not watching it on the TV
or on their laptop, whatever. Something mobile.
Right, because if you are stuck somewhere at a bus stop or something, you can watch a Netflix movie without.
If I'm stuck at the doctor's office, I'm watching a movie. I'm not trying to.
Yes.
Wherever I gotta wait, I'm turning on something.
And it's also Netflix is also expanding Netflix Playground, its children's gaming hub. So they're trying to get everybody in the loop. That is your week for tech history and tech making history.
Oh, thank you, Fran. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. Okay. I guess that means I am up.
Yep, you are.
Okay, well, I wanted to share my screen. Let's see. Weekly. And talk a little bit about what you mentioned, Fran. I want to talk about is AI helping hackers break into social media accounts? Can you see that on your screen?
Yes.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit about this because recently ABC had an article. So hi everybody, I'm Terry, for those of you who don't know me, and today we're going to be talking about a story that affects all of us and our use of social media, everything from Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and that other place. And many of us depend on those platforms to stay connected, to build our businesses, and to share our lives, like what's going on with our families and things like that. But a recent report shows that hackers may be using artificial intelligence in ways that could put these accounts at risk. Ugh. So let's talk about it. Here's a recent story. According to ABC News, hackers reportedly used Meta's AI support chatbot to gain access to high-profile social media accounts. One of the accounts mentioned was the Obama White House Instagram account. The concern isn't just about one account. This is about y'all's account and my account. The bigger issue is how AI-powered customer service tools can sometimes be manipulated by people looking for shortcuts into systems. So let's talk about that for a second. First of all, why does this matter? Well, AI is infused in everywhere and in everything. It's become a part of almost everything that we do, answering questions, providing customer support, helping businesses save time. Any tool can be misused. Now, let's not get freaked out. Okay, anybody can misuse a hammer. Okay, just like any tool, AI can be misused. When bad actors discover their weaknesses in a system, they look for ways to exploit them. So security must evolve. It's got to get better. That means companies need to continually improve security as AI technology evolves. Now, here's how hackers think. They don't sit around guessing passwords all day and brainstorm what's a weak password. They do this through impersonation, by pretending to be somebody, data mining, looking at your personal information online and trying to figure out what you use for a password. They can use system manipulation, which is to trick automated systems, which is what we're talking about today. They can do this through social engineering, where they, call you up and say, or they send you that text message, you need to send context right away because your system's being compromised. Da, 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 da. If an AI support tool doesn't properly verify someone's identity, it can become a doorway for these cyber criminals. And understanding how attackers think is the first step to protecting yourself. So each tactic exploits a gap in trust, whether it's human or automated. Let's take a look at this. So what can we do? Because, now we don't sound the alarm. Ding, 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 fire, fire, fire. Okay, so here are 5 simple ways to protect yourself. Use strong passwords, friend. Is always on my case about this. Turn on 2-factor authentication. Never share your verification codes. And if you bank online, they tell you all the time, we will never ask you for this code. Da, 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 da. Review account security settings regularly. If you get a thing that says update, someone may have found a back door into, the data. So be cautious with automated support systems. Think of your social media, if you will, like your home. You wouldn't leave the front door open. Don't leave your digital doors unlocked either.
Wow.
I like that analogy, that it's like leaving your front door open. So let's take a look at that. AI is not the enemy. Let's not freak out. AI is a tool. The real challenge is making sure the systems using AI are designed safely and responsibly. When using correctly, AI can help businesses save time, improve customer service, and increase productivity. The goal is smart use, not fear. Okay, let's not freak out. What small businesses should know. Review your security settings. Review social media security settings regularly to stay ahead of threats. Limit admin access. Limit who can get into your accounts, and remove former employees from accounts immediately. It's like when you get fired from a job, they walk you out. You get your little box and security walks you out. Okay.
Take the badge.
All of that stuff. Okay. Enable login alerts. I get alerts every time I spend something, my bank alerts me to, back up important content. so that if there is a breach, you still have your stuff. A few minutes of prevention can save hours of frustration later. Wow. Here's our takeaway: technology is moving fast. AI is creating incredible opportunities that we couldn't have imagined just a few years ago. New tech brings new responsibilities, but every new technology also brings new responsibilities that we need to take seriously. The smartest users adapt. Whew. The smarter users aren't the ones who avoid technology, they're the ones who learn how to use it safely. So, with that, I just want to say technology should help you work smarter, stay safer, and take the hassle out of your hustle. I'm Terry, and I'll see you next time for another simple look at the technology shaping our world. Meanwhile, stay curious, stay informed, and stay secure. So, what do you guys think about the fact that AI was helping people get into the back door of people's Instagram accounts?
Oh, not surprised. But that's why, they take any of this. AI is not a new threat. In terms of threats, I'm saying it's not anything new that there is a threat.
Yes, as far as security, we know that there's always going to be a threat.
Going to be threats because there's always lackadaisical people. We are lax when it comes to doing things like changing passwords, giving people things, and we were too trusting when it comes to things because we're lazy.
Okay. So, Dr. Tachi, when you said that, we talked about Jurassic Park earlier. The whole problem with Jurassic Park was that one lazy dude who did not want to. The whole thing started when he didn't want to do what he was supposed to do on his job.
Exactly.
I don't have to fix that. Oh, wait a minute. Okay. So now all the creatures are out.
Exactly.
Because one person not following the rules.
Exactly. And it's just like letting, the thief in the back door of, the apartment building. He's all through the building.
Well, you're supposed to close. You're supposed to close the security gate. You walk in and the gate's supposed to close, and somebody needs to have a code to get in, right? But you just don't let the pizza dude in. He's bringing
Exactly.
Stop.
So I'm just
saying.
The
vulnerabilities are normally human derived.
Are we a little too trusting?
Yeah. No, but Dr. Tachi said it. I'm not talking about us here. Lazy.
I think the other thing too is we're way too courteous. I mean, how many times have you opened the gate or allowed people to follow you in because they look like you said, like they were delivering something or whatever? Oh, that's someone's cousin.
I don't let anybody in. I'm notorious for like having my phone out. I've seen people like in the lobby of my apartment building. I've seen people, I'm like, they don't look like they're delivering. They don't look like whatever. And I take pictures and everything. I ask, who are you? Because I'm like, I live here. I don't know who you are.
You're in my lobby. Yeah.
And I have people say, well, you should do that because something might happen. I'm like, what? What are they going to do? I got pictures. I'm filming everything. You don't live here. You don't pay rent. Why are you here? If you're not visiting somebody, that's why we have an intercom system where you have to announce yourself and the door is open by the person you're going to see. You just can't show up and, well, I'm coming in after you. Not me, not this person. Nope. I've told plenty of people. And they said things, and I'm like, well, you don't live here, and I don't really care. So if you want to take this discussion further, I'm just going to dial 911 on you.
Okay, and this is all the movies that I've seen where people, oh, hey, I'm trying to deliver something to Billy Bob over here. I'm like, why are y'all opening the gate?
Nope. I've had plenty of people ring my intercom buzzer, delivery. I said, well, what's the name and who is it for? If you can't give a name of somebody in my house, I ignore you. And I'm like, I don't understand my neighbors that they just let people in behind them and they do all of this crazy stuff. I'm like, no, they leave. We have a side entrance that the porters use for the garbage to take the garbage to the curb. They leave it open. They prop it. Every time I see it, I close it because I'm like, okay, I don't know what's going on, but that door is open and it's propped open by like a block of cement or something they use to open the door. If it's the little thing, I close it all the time. I'm like,
this is why there are problems. That's why the creatures get out.
I'm like, who's gonna stop me? Because I do that because we've had like kids hanging in the stairwell and like when I see them, I'm like, where do you live? They just hang it. They come in your building and just hang out, smoking weed, do whatever they're doing. And I'm like, not here. It's a very quiet apartment building. If there's noise or if there's people hanging out, we don't loiter. There's no loitering. So if I see people doing that, I'm like, well, and also because people have gotten their Amazon packages stolen from like our mailroom and different places. So it's a big thing. People ask because we have a building Slack and they go, oh, did you see a package for 5F and this and that and that? And I'm like, well, there's the package sheet because y'all let people come in. I don't.
If y'all stop propping the door, maybe your package will still be here.
Let people in. I'm sorry. And it's like, no, I'm not going to apologize because it's for the security of my other neighbors. I'm looking out for you guys. Like, no, you're not supposed to come in. You're supposed to have permission. So that's how I treat it. But other people have like, oh, you shouldn't do that. I'm like, why? What are you talking about?
And those other people would be letting the dinosaurs run wild.
They don't pay attention to who's coming behind them. I have closed so many times. I have opened with my little key fob, opened the door and seen somebody behind me, and I've closed the door in their face all the time. Because I'm like, if you live here, you have the little fob that opens the electronic door. If you're a delivery person, you use the intercom. And the person that you're delivering to has told you what number to push on the intercom. If you're not doing those two things, it's not happening. And then we have a bus stop in front of our building. So people have walked in and looked around. I can tell. I've been here so long. I can tell when you are looking around to get in. It's just something. I'm like, that person doesn't live here.
Up to no good. Up to no damn good.
I can tell. I can tell. And then we've had some unfortunate people walking the sidewalks, and they have been let, because I'm near a hospital, so they've been let out of the hospital, and they have no place to go, and there's might be altered states, and they walk around, and they try to get in places, and I'm like, not this building, not if I see you. So that's how I do it. People are like, well, you should be more compassionate. I'm like, well, the city has services for people. They do. And we have numbers. We have all kind of numbers, 311 to call. We have all kind of numbers that they will come and get these people, these. I don't mean it like that, but they will come and assist the people that need assisting.
Yes.
So I will
provide services.
Yes, we're paying taxes for the city to give people these things, so I make sure that they're connected.
There you go.
I'm like, I might not be all sunshine and lollipop with the process, because I'm like, let's do this efficiently and quickly, because I want to get in my building, and my daughter's coming, or people's coming, or my neighbors, elderly neighbors. Let's move. So I'm just saying, I'm not all warm and fuzzy with it. I'm real like,
okay.
I'm real like, who are you? Why are you here?
Fred said we need to get you on Law and Order DSUV, digital SUV.
But that's how it is. It's very cut and dry. It's very, who are you? We don't have time. We don't have time for it. Like, who are you? What you want? We're not.
Why are you all up in here?
Because I have, my relatives are down south, and they're like, they'll sit on the porch and wave at the cars going by, or they're, hi, how you doing? We don't do that here. Somebody's coming at me. I'm instantly on the guard of, why are you invading my space?
Well, I think your space is a little more populated than people sitting on the porch waving at folks going down the road.
Right. So that's why
And there's probably no
I have
other
like,
car in the neighborhood.
so when I'm out and about, I have like a circle around. I'm like, this person is getting too close to me. What is going on? Because you have to be on the guard for
Well, that's what
the
Fred
thing that's
said.
coming
They
at
had
you.
no awareness. Come on now.
Yes, you have to have awareness of people.
Mhm.
I'm not being unfriendly. I'm just like, okay, there's a perimeter, and why are you coming?
You're right about
I'm not,
that, Fred.
I'm not asking you for assistance. I'm not in a store, asking, can you help me? I'm somewhere doing something and you're getting a little too close. Like, why?
I like this, what Fred said about how porch folks are
Yes.
in surveillance. Because I
That
can
is
remember
it.
when
Mhm.
back in the day when we'd walk home from school, all of the senior citizens would be sitting on
Sitting
their
on the
porch.
porch, looking at
watching.
everything.
Now
Mhm.
you need to go straight home. I'm gonna tell Mabel. Okay.
Yes, that's true. I'm not putting it down. I'm saying that that's
In your
that's neighborhood
environment,
watch.
you may need a different type of security.
Right.
Yes.
In mine over here, I don't have porch and elderly people watching out. I got to watch out for them. And we got to be like, well, what's going on? Like if I'm walking down the street and I see a gang of something, I know that, okay, this might not be, might not be the Knicks celebrating after the win kind of gang walking down the street. This might be a other kind of thing. So you have to be on the defense, which it sounds bad, but it's the way that we have.
Well, in
lived,
Pennsylvania, we used to say drive defensively.
Yeah, you gotta be, it's the certain thing. Everybody lives in New York that you don't get too close to me unless we are in a relationship or we're friends or family or something. You're not getting in my face because we don't do that unless you're ready to.
You're right about that, Fran. Ain't you so
ain't
That's
you
right.
so
They will question
Who your people?
It's a different type of questioning, but it's still questioning.
Who your people? Who are you with?
Who's your people?
Who's your people? All of that. So it's just one of the things that it's like I see it as, and unfortunately, I just remembered a few years ago, a young lady was unalived, or how they want to call it for YouTube purposes. It was an early morning thing because she was coming into our building wearing headphones and not knowing that somebody was behind her, and the person got in the door because she was unaware, and they came into our apartment and everything. So I always tell my daughter, like, you have to be looking around. This for your survival.
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm like, yes, you like your headphones and listening to music, but I'm like, if you're in the subway and out and about, you gotta, have the radar on of what's coming. And I'm not prejudging. I'm just saying that if this is a gang of younger people and they're not laughing and joking and like the Knicks game, I'm like, okay, this might be something I might want to cross the street. Because I've seen stories where mostly women have gotten engaged with a group or a person, and it did not end well. So
I like this, Fred.
Yeah. So it's,
a security company.
Porch folks. But it is. They see everything because they're out there all day. I also remember when I was younger and I lived down south, I think something happened in my neighborhood and they caught the person was because the elderly people were out and about early in the morning looking at everything. So they were able to find out
everything else.
Yeah, they were able to find out what happened because they're, porch security.
They'll be in the window in a minute.
Or the window outside. I'm talking about outside. Like,
well, when you're out at 6 in the morning watering your garden before it gets hot, and somebody's running down the road, you probably don't notice that.
It's because you notice a pattern of this. This isn't an everyday occurrence. Because, like Terlina said, I'm out early because it's going to be hot, so I'm out early doing my garden, watering the lawn, whatever they're doing. So they see something out of the ordinary. Right.
Being dispatched to pick stuff before the sun comes up.
The neighborhood watch.
Yep.
Yes.
That's my little rant for today.
You should be on the porch snapping beans, not picking. So yeah, we're
People living in the bottoms.
the
Yeah,
real
because they notice. They
the
notice
people
things
living in the bottoms. Yeah.
in the heat of the night. Yeah, because they notice things out of
Mhm.
the ordinary. So
Look, this is me now. I work from home, so I'm like, who's that outside?
yeah, because you
Who are
hear a
you?
noise, right? You hear a
I'm,
noise or something.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be happy to walk by, and I'm like, I'll wait till you walk all the way past this house before I leave my spot. Because
Yes.
I'm like,
Well,
who are you? And
I,
what are you doing? What good do you have? And it's
You
not
got
even.
Natasha that she still got that New York
I
sense
do. No,
of yes,
listen.
even though she's in Florida, she still has it. It's still there.
It was so hard for me when I first got here that I moved into like an apartment, like a townhouse that
Mhm.
only had one lock on the door. I
What?
said, "Where's the rest of the locks?"
How dare one?
One lock.
No, never
where's the
heard
rest
of it.
them? Uh,
One
What?
lock. It was
mercy.
just one deadbolt. I was like, "Oh, mind you,
No,
yeah, I'm a New Yorker, and I had just moved here from DC,
you
so
gotta
I'm
have
used
4
to
keys.
1, 2, 3, 4
You got
locks."
at least 3 or 4 keys.
Yes.
Oh my God.
So I was like, I should ask the friend after if they could put another lock on the door, but nobody else seemed concerned. And the same thing, I was used to driving with. Remember the thing, the steering wheel
Yes,
lock?
yes,
I always had that in the car
yes,
because it could become a weapon or it could lock up your car. Either way. But
yes.
nobody does that here. And then I was like, wait a minute, nobody locks up their cars with this. I was so shocked.
It was probably a shocker because it's like that little stick that you and it had the key lock on. Everybody had So it was
I could
like
do it in
going
like 2 seconds and be out of my car. But
right.
now I was like, wait a minute, nobody uses a steering wheel lock? One lock on the door? And that's not to say that this place is Pollyanna rainbows and sunshine at all. But
Mhm.
it's just a different way of thinking. Because sometimes things happen, and I was like, see, if you had more than one lock on the door, that would have happened.
Right. It's because living in slower areas like that, that's great. But then it's like they're not thinking of okay, these things can happen. You might want to have the extra security, the extra lock, and until
Exactly.
someone comes out, from the outside and say, "Hey guys, you feel secure, but let's feel a little bit more. Let's go.
But
Let's do another
I'm
level."
gonna I'll call this the Mayberry mentality,
Yeah.
where everybody know everybody.
And Barney
And-
kept the bullet in his pocket and not in the gun. He had a gun.
And it took him a minute to get it out the pocket and put it in the gun.
Yeah.
I'm
Because
like,
nothing
wait a
ever
minute.
happened. But things did happen. sometimes.
Yeah, and they did have some people come through try and steal
From
and
out
try
of
to
town.
scam.
That was like, like easy pickings. This place is easy pickings.
That I don't know. I just get so annoyed with, and perhaps it is a very naive thing. So even though I am very much New York,
Mhm.
I'm just like, why can't people just be good? I
That's
refuse
true.
to accept. The thing is, you get conditioned when you live in urban areas like New York and DC that, well, you protect yourself because that's just the way it is, rather than questioning the heathens who are
Yes.
doing it. It's like we go to self-protection, which of course makes sense. But then it's like, well, why are you like this? Why can't I walk down the street with nice shoes or nice clothes without having a
Being
problem?
harassed. Mhm. Mhm.
Well, okay, mind you, I never had that problem in New York,
Mhm.
right? It also depends on where you live. But
Right.
back in the day, where people's sneakers were getting stolen, people's jackets were getting stolen
All the
it's
time.
like,
Mhm.
okay, well, let me wear this raggedy thing outside because people are. I mean, but it's anywhere. Anything. You can't have nice things for fear that other people will take them.
Right.
How terrible is that?
Right.
And
Because
then you're
there's always
supposed
there's always a popular coat. Because like I think this winter there was a popular coat, and then it was like, okay, the kids at school are like, this coat costs like a lot of money, and
or
if
like
you
the Montclair coats.
yes,
Or
the
the
Montclair
members
was
only
very
jacket.
yeah. So it was like, okay, do you buy it for your kid because the kid wants it to fit in, or do you go, I'm the parent and I'm like, somebody's gonna try to jack my kid for this coat because it's very distinctive If these people,
Yeah.
people follow fashion and they pay attention to those things, so they know, oh, this is the hot new coat or the hot new shoe.
Exactly.
Yeah, so it's like, what do you do?
Fred said good is learned behavior. Many people didn't take the class.
No.
And then he said, I remember when Nunya was a security code, which you
and Dr. Tati, she's right. We shouldn't have to be on guard.
You know, and you have nice jewelry or something that you want to wear, and you don't wear it because you don't want somebody to hassle you and take it. That's crazy.
Jewelry is like costume jewelry now, because I was just used to. It's only one Christmas that my mother bought my sister and I a whole bunch of gold. We were like, we were like, go. I didn't even know what to do because I wear costume jewelry,
right?
For fear.
And you got a nice piece of jewelry,
yeah.
And I would like to wear a ruby or something, but then you have the other people.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. We got to be on guard for, like Fred said, the people that aren't good or haven't learned it. But
yeah. Well, TJ, you have the floor.
Okay, so let's see what's up, what's going on, social media news and updates. This week we were talking. My iPad went to sleep. Oh my goodness! All right, let me wake it back up. All right, let's start.
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
No, I was going to say to Fred with his last statement, I have a show for you since you like to come up with shows, the Nunya Files.
Oh,
that would be good.
I like that. Yeah, Fred always comes up with good show titles. And I'm like, we should see some of these things.
I'm waiting.
Some of it should be in production. In production. All right, so let's see. This week we'll start with Snapchat. Snapchat is limiting users under 16 to sharing spotlights with friends. What they're doing is they're rolling out a new experience for users under the age of 16, where younger people will only be able to share spotlight videos and stories with mutually accepted friends. And now remember, this is the thing with Snapchat. There is a public side and a private side. There's also sharing of snaps, which is just a regular, I open the camera, I take a picture with a lens and stuff. And then there's the spotlight, which is the TikTok light feed, which is public. And then stories. They also have a stories feature. So Snapchat says that spotlight videos and stories, they're going to limit them, that they can only share those with people who are following each other under 16. So they're trying to keep these types of pieces of content that they share outside of older people being able to see it, because we've got this thing going on with all the platforms that they're looking at how minors are using the platforms and trying to give them some privacy and also giving the parents some control. So Snapchat says previously Snapchatters under 16 could only post to Spotlight, a public short form video platform, without attribution to their profile. See, that's another part of it, because if they share it outside publicly, there's a link to their account, their profile on Snapchat. So it says, so they say this allows teens to participate while helping to protect them from potentially unwanted content that can come with public posting. And so now that's what they put in. So the system is, again, they can only share stories and spotlight videos with trusted, approved friends. Parents will also be able to monitor their kids' contacts through the Snap Family Center. But this doesn't apply to snaps. So it's kind of confusing. Like, why couldn't you do it with snaps also? But then again, the snaps is where they are sharing with each other privately and publicly. So maybe that's going to come soon, or maybe the way that Snapchat is set up, the app, that they can only do the spotlight and the stories first. But I was like, well, why don't that's kind of crazy, but it's a little better than nothing, I guess.
That's what I was going to say. I think it's better than what they're doing in some of the other countries. They just taking them off.
Yeah, they're just blocking, minors can't have access. But they see again, they want to use Snapchat because it's like private messages between for like you're in class, you used to pass the notes behind the
Secret
teacher
sender.
back. Yeah. And it's your friends. But with Snapchat, it's like, well, there's the little, the peeping guy, the older creepy guy that's following the school, looking at the kids at school, getting access also. So they don't want to do that. But I guess they're trying. They'll get it right someday. Okay, I have one from LinkedIn. LinkedIn hasn't been doing a lot, but LinkedIn is introducing Creator Marketplace, a new section within the ad platform that had advertisers identify creators relevant to their sectors and desired audiences. Creators can opt in to share their contact information with brands and showcase their best posts. Advertisers can boost creator content featuring their brands through ads or connect with the creators directly to explore the partnerships, such as speaking at a conference. So LinkedIn says, quote, a creator marketplace will give CMOs a more efficient way to identify credible voices, evaluate fit, and move from research to partnership much faster. So the LinkedIn marketplace could offer creators more opportunities beyond traditional brand partnerships and sponsored content, such as speaking engagements, advisory roles, and consulting projects. LinkedIn is planning a slate of new creator monetization products, including subscriptions, an event program, and a system that lets users purchase experiences from influencers like advice sessions. So what this is talking about, because and this last part that they were saying that they're working on, those are things to come. They're trying to have a system where they are attracting influencers and have that kind of connection where they have a marketplace where, because LinkedIn is brands and businesses and corporations and have a pool to work with, so to speak. It's not ready yet, but I would say if you're a creator and you're an influencer and you're kind of trying to move away from Instagram or whatever to more of a B2B kind of thing, you might want to look at LinkedIn and start, getting on the platform and looking at what they have. Because it seems like they're they're moving, not trying to, but they're moving towards monetization that way for creators, having a place for them to have brand sponsorships, partnerships, make content with brands, and get that kind of deal going. So I said that's a good thing. We'll see what goes. All right, so let's look at Meta. Instagram has updated the profile grid. So this was a highly requested feature. So you want to reorder posts on your grid, on your profile page. The little, when you go to your profile, the little squares, and
Okay.
it shows the most recent first. So before Instagram put this into place, they let you pin 3 posts to your profile, and then the rest were based on date, like the newest first. Now with this update, you can go to your profile and you can rearrange the grid. You can bring something old up to the top. Like maybe you had a reel or something that did really well, but it's been a month or two or something and it's been pushed down. So you can go to your profile, long press on the squares, one of the squares, and then you'll see an option that says reorder grid? Yes, reorder grid. And then you tap on that and it takes you to another view where you can move the little squares around. So you can move something that was older up to the top. Now, if you've got 3 pinned posts already, it's not going to move those things. Those pinned posts will be blacked out, so you can't move them. If you wanted to move them, you would have to unpin and then reorder your grid. So again, this was one of the most requested features. Like we want to reorder when people go to my profile and they see the 9, I think it's 9. Let me see, because I looked at mine today.
I think that's useful actually.
It is.
That they actually did something that's useful, unlike whatever that other thing was where you
The instance.
Yes, Lord, why?
Yeah, so you can. I found it. I was like, okay, that's pretty cool because you can bring up something that you posted a while back and you want to feature it,
Hmm.
or you want
Okay.
to arrange your profile grid the way each square looks versus letting Instagram do it by most recent on the top. So again, this was most requested, and Instagram finally put it into play. So if you want, you can go to your Instagram and look around and you'll be able to do it. So you just long press and hold, and then you'll see a pop-up menu. You'll see the option is reorder grid, and then you go into another view where you get to move the little tiles around. And you can arrange it the way you want. So
So these are not yet available to, are they rolling
no,
it out?
it should be available to everybody.
Okay.
It should be there. Oh, because you go to your profile and just hold and press on. Just hold
Yeah.
and press on
Yeah.
any of the
I'm
squares.
looking.
And you may have to maybe you have to update the app.
Oh, okay. Let's try that.
Maybe you need to do
And
that.
Fred
But
says it's like moving point of purchase display in a grocery.
in the grocery store.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, people that have, I mean, if they have a lot of visits to their profile, there may be things they want to feature, but if they're posting, say they post 3-4 times a day, that that arrangement kind of moves, and they're like, well, I had something last week or 2 weeks ago, I want it to be featured, so now they can move it around. And then some people still do the aesthetics of that my profile is one color and they've got things in a puzzle to fit like a puzzle. They post things so they can move it around. It's a little thing, but it was one of the big features, one of the things that the users wanted to request. Okay, so
Well, it's nice when users get their requests met.
yeah, so
It's nice. That's a good thing.
some of their things they're still asking for chronological, but that ain't happening. That ain't happening. So Meta also is been updating their Edits app. So Edits is getting the Edits app. Does everybody know the Edits app? It's a separate app you can download to allow you to
Yes.
create reels and videos.
To do reels and things of that nature, right?
Video, yeah, it's like CapCut. It's, if you know CapCut, it's like that. So they have edits. So they're updating it. So remember last week, was it last week or the week before, we said Meta made a creator AI assistant. So now they're doing an AI assistant for edits. So they previewed these additions to the video edit apps Edit at an invite only creator event in LA. So they showed features like a new AI assistant and also a desktop version of Edits. So again, remember I said they want to go after CapCut users. So CapCut has a mobile version and a desktop version. Excuse me. And a lot of creators use CapCut when they're making TikTok videos and different things like that. So Instagram Meta is like, okay, we need people to use edits. So they are also introducing other tools like a beta tab for experiments, and then have some expanded audience insights. So let's look at this. So the upcoming AI assistant will help creators analyze their insights and brainstorm ideas for their content. The assistant will use their Instagram data, like their views and video retention insights, to help them see what's working and why. It will also suggest video ideas based on performance and suggest making content with trending audio.
Okay.
So the desktop version of Edits is going to give creators even more precise control over the editing process, as well as the ability to work on a larger screen. So this can be helpful when they're doing more advanced editing and they need a bigger screen, or they need more control. Because I've never tried to, well, let me not say never. I've tried editing video on a mobile. It's okay, but on the iPad or my phone, but I prefer doing the desktop because you get more control. You get more control over the things that you need to do. So Instagram is say, hey, edit users, we're going to give you the desktop version. And also this is going to allow them to compete with CapCut. That's the whole idea behind this. Also, these were complaints or suggestions from edit users about how to improve the app. So Meta did listen to them, and so they're putting it in. Now, the beta tab, that's going to provide creators with early access to experimental features that are still in development and allow them to provide Meta with feedback. So here we are again. So Meta is like, this is the place where you're going to be able to use the beta feature and tell us what's good and bad, and we're going to try to fix it. So again, they want to compete with CapCut. So also here, with the analytics, they say creators will also now be able to see more detailed metrics like their audience demographic breakdown and the time of day their audience is the most engaged. The new metrics join the app existing analytics, which include data such as how long viewers watch a video, how many followers were gained from a specific video, and they want to see where users stop watching a certain video and more. And this sounds like what you can do in YouTube. So if you have a YouTube channel, you have YouTube analytics. They also have like an AI assistant. I'm not sure what they call it, but you can look at your analytics and ask questions, and it'll try to help you based on your data. Now, I do like this analytics and demographic breakdown and like the time of day that your audience is on, because we were talking this week about the best day to post, and I was like, I really didn't like that study we did, and they were like, oh, the best day to post is Monday. I was like, no, you want to look at your analytics to see when your audience is on. That's the best day to post, and the best time to post is when they're on. So these tools are going to help you with that. Now, Edits is free to download on iOS and Android. And also the AI assistant is currently in testing right now with the creators that was at the event, while the desktop version of Edits is coming soon. So this is stuff that's coming. It's coming. And
Okay.
Fred has some comments there.
Okay, right off the bat, Fred said, edit stinks. He says, I'm waiting for a company to make a video editing software for basic users, students, that is computer friendly, a step before getting to higher level
something
editing.
that's basic.
Yes, and he
Agreed.
says that schools don't allow students to use CapCut in schools.
Wow, I didn't know that.
CapCut, sorry.
Go ahead.
You know, CapCut is like, for some people, that's what they have, that's what they know, because we do realize that the average consumer, not just the average consumer, the average business owner, let's say that, does need to be online. They do need to create content. Many are not able to hire other people, so they're having to do it themselves.
Yeah.
So Fred is right. They do need something in between a Final Cut and an Adobe Premiere and a DaVinci, and there's nothing in between. You either have very good or very terrible.
Yes.
My thing with some of these lower end ones, like, again, they're quick and they are simple, but they don't give you the fine cuts that you would get in an upper level thing. That's why I don't use them. So I would rather fire up the professional level Adobe Premiere, because I know I could get down to the precise millisecond, but you can't do that with something, the editor in Canva or whatever. So you're just like, well, whatever, it is what it is. So I wish there was something that was good in between.
Yeah, I agree.
I happen to use the iMovie that comes with the Mac.
Okay.
And for me, that is really good because you can do precision. They got a little thing you can push for precision, but you're not going to be able to change colors. You're limited on the titles.
Yeah.
Like if you want to put titles or whatever, lower thirds and stuff, you're limited on
have
that.
everything.
You're limited on the transitions are okay because I don't do a whole lot of stuff that's flying and flipping anyway. So but iMovie works for me because I can get in there and it's quick.
Well, see, that's the thing. Whatever works for you and it's quick and easy and you know how to use. It's not about, okay, well, I got to use Premiere Pro. It's just like Premiere Pro is like what the professionals use, but it's not like you got to have what the professionals use. You use what's easiest for you and gets the job done quick. and you're happy with it.
And here's
Yes.
the thing with to your point, professionals aren't, people always talk about professional things, but when you look at it, professionals, when it comes to cutting, there are very few transitions that we use. It's fade in, fade out, cross dissolve, and
You
cut.
mean you don't use the pinwheel or the page turner?
No, we do not. That is the mark of an amateur. So you don't really, they
Lord.
exist, but you don't need to have them. And so you're fine using an iMovie. And by the way, iMovie is a very pared down, pared down, pared down, pared down, pared down version of Final Cut Pro.
Yes,
It's the
it
same
is.
thing, that very pared down. So if you're just doing basic things, you're fine.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying about like using your phone to edit videos, and a lot of influencers and creators, they know, okay, I need to do a quick whatever. I go to CapCut, it's done, or whatever mobile app. And it's not about, well, you didn't use Premiere Pro, you didn't use Final. It's not about that. It's about getting the content out for them, because there's different goals and uses for it. So that's really what it's about.
I remember starting my video editing career, and they brought in Premiere Pro. I was like, you people got to be crazy. This is brain surgery. I'm not doing this.
It's brain surgery, and you just need a Band-Aid on your forehead because you got a little cut, but they want brain surgery.
Right. I don't need all this. And it was very difficult to grasp. The learning curve on it was really, really bad, really high. And I was like, I can't do this. I just want to go and take this video clip and this video clip and put a transition between the two.
Yeah, so that's where you use iMovie. But then, like other people who are more advanced, I won't say professional, but more advanced, they like to go into Premiere Pro and just because they know the layout, and they know I want to do that, and they go boom, boom, boom. Same thing with the people doing the CapCut. I know I just want to put some text and have a little fly and they come in the CapCut, boom, 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 they're done. So that's what I'm saying. Right. It's about the process of getting it done versus, well, you know, being a tool snob. That's what I call it. Like,
I like that term, tool snob.
You didn't use Premiere Pro, but it's overkill if I'm just, like you said, the brain surgery versus the Band-Aid. I just needed to stop bleeding. The Band-Aid will work, or the, little whatever you put on. And not brain surgery.
And then the whole rendering thing. Okay, so this is back in the 90s, I think it was. I was like, how long do I got to wait for this to render? This was painful. I was like, I can't do this.
It's still long render times. They've not figured out a way to do it without rendering.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I like Premiere Pro. There are a lot of people that don't like it, but I like it. Premiere. It's just it's comfortable. I looked at Final Cut Pro and I was like, I don't want to learn this.
But it's the same thing. Here's the thing. I started off as a Final Cut Pro user. I don't like to read directions. So I just opened Premiere and hoped it was the same. And it is basically the same. The keystrokes and things are the same. Maybe there's a little bit of difference, but those are things that you can look up and get. But I was able to seamlessly go from Final Cut to Premiere with no problem.
Yeah. And see, I looked at, because I was like, everybody was like, Final Cut Pro. Da, 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 da. I looked at it and I was like, no, I don't like it.
I just like stuff that came. I like stuff that came with the package. I'm like, oh, let's see what this does. It's in the package.
If I see the GUI, I can tell you if I like it or not, which is the graphical user interface, the way it looks. I can tell you whether I like something or not. And I'm talking about a tool that I'm going to use. So I looked at it, I'm like, I'm not going to use this because every time I open it, I hate this.
I hate it. Fred said multi-track editing is the biggest key needed in the basic programs. You're right, because I could not put one layer of video. Now I can put a clip or something. I can put video on top of video, but trying to do multi-layers, I was like, come on, let me put different things. Okay. It is a drawback. And he said he started using Adobe Premiere Pro in 1998.
Wow. Wow.
Okay, He said I was an Adobean priest. Now he's a Affinity anti-Adobe.
Fred, I'm glad to hear you say that because I did download DaVinci. I haven't I opened it and looked at it and went back out. I got to sit down and try it because I wanted to try it. So
I like DaVinci. I really
yeah,
do. Yeah. It's
okay,
especially if you're talking about coloring things. If you shoot, so there's this thing which I don't do often because I don't have time to sit there and paint the rainbow. But
yeah,
if you shoot in raw format, which means it's a flat image with no coloring to it, you're
hmm
able to actually paint the way you want the image to look
really,
Mm.
in
that sounds
DaVinci. I mean, you can
interesting.
do it in any program, but
Yeah,
DaVinci is known for colorists and
hmm.
coloring. So if you shoot raw a lot, DaVinci is really in my opinion, the best program for making your flat image come to life. But I don't often
Interesting,
shoot raw because I don't have time to sit there and become DaVinci.
right? Go Da Vinci, yeah. No,
Be
I
DaVinci.
heard
I
a
don't
lot
have
of
time for
people
that.
talk about this tool, and I was like, I want to use it. So I have it. I just haven't. And then the best thing about it, it's free, right? They have a free version. They have a
There's
paid
a free
version.
version that's great. That's what I have.
Okay. Because I got the free. I was like, I'm going to try it. Because everybody was saying, oh, it's great and it's free. There's a free version. The free version is great. And I'm like, okay, let me take a look. Because hey, if it's a free thing, I'm going to use it if it's great. So we'll see. Fred says he got a couple of more comments. Thank you, Fred. And Fred said, because if he said he was Adobe and then he switched over to
To
DaVinci,
Vinci, yeah.
Affinity, and now I have Affinity.
Yeah, Affinity
Yeah.
is what's running in Canva now too.
Yeah,
So
Canva. It's
Uh-huh.
connected to Canva. Yeah, so it's like Affinity is like it's like the Photoshop tool, and then they have some other
yeah,
publisher
got
and
steady
different
color
things.
grading for a
Yeah.
couple of years.
Mm-hmm.
And then Borderline Colorist, it's not raw, it's
Raw is
raw.
log. Okay.
And then he said Affinity, DaVinci and Affinity is all free, beats Adobe across the
Yeah,
board.
because see, that's the big complaint now, and I agree that the Adobe Creative Suite is that the whole
Creators.
thing. It's like it's very
Yeah.
expensive. They
I
have
only
the
have it.
education. You have the education one.
I have the education. That's the only reason I have it. Because if I had to pay for it for real, because
The real,
I have to sit there and think, what do I need out of this? And can I do it myself? So I said, all right, well,
Mhm.
you know what? Because I use Audition to edit, Adobe Audition to edit audio. But I said, you know what? I could go back to Audacity, which is free. Let me see if I just had
You
Adobe Premiere on.
you using Adobe Audition and you're gonna go back? Really?
Because
want to do that?
I'm not a sound engineer, so I don't
Okay.
need all of the bells and whistle. And actually, Audacity, that's what I was editing with for years until I
Okay.
got into the Adobe Suite. And it's open source, so I'm like, I'm not doing that much with it that I need it.
Okay. See,
If
that's
I need
another
for
thing
real,
I'm gonna take a look at because I love Audition.
Mm.
I don't use it like I'm not the sound person, but I like getting back to GUIs, like the way things are laid out and you drag and drop and this and that and this. I love that. So I might have to look at Audacity.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be, it's very bare bones if you're used to Audition. And I'm used to Audition now, but I'm like, okay, I'm not that.
Okay.
If I'm doing sound editing because of a video, usually I'm doing it, if I'm using Premiere, it's inside Premiere.
Okay.
I'm not exporting it to Audition, fixing it, and then importing it back in, because here's the key. If you do things right in the first place, there's very little you have to fix in post, and that is what I try to do.
Right. I've heard that a lot. Like, you do everything when you're shooting and creating, and that you have less post editing, post work. Fred has some good. Thank you, Fred, for all these good insight. Great insights.
Fred is great.
Yeah.
Fred says Affinity Photo Publisher Vector is Adobe InDesign, Photoshop, and Illustrator.
Yes. Yeah.
Yep. And he says DaVinci has Fairlight audio program in DaVinci, and it competes against Audition.
Good to know. That I like the sound of that.
And DaVinci has 4 programs in it that Adobe makes you pay for.
Okay, so
You
I
sold me.
probably need to beef up on it's just the time to make sure
Yeah,
that but I do like Da Vinci, so I'll check it out. Thank you,
yeah, me
Fred.
too. Thank you, Fred. This
He
is
said
very
it.
enlightening.
DaVinci is Premiere, Audition, After Effects, and Lightroom combined, plus a few others.
I'm sold.
Plus a few more.
I will
Yeah.
spend some time looking at it as soon as possible.
Yeah, because free is interesting because it's over in Canva. Affinity is over there, and I'm gonna figure out. Oh wait, hold on. Do I not need to pay Canva again? Because it's over there. So I gotta go find
Yeah.
out. I gotta do
Well, thank you,
investigation.
Fred.
Thank you.
That's a lot of information, but good stuff. All right, so I have one more. Pinterest, again, another one we never talk about. Pinterest is trying to attract more creators with a partnership connection with Amazon storefront with the integration. So Pinterest is expanding its partnership with Amazon. So Pinterest says that it will now serve as a home for creators' Amazon storefronts. So these are online stores that allow creators to generate income from affiliate links that direct their fans to products that they often feature in the videos and social media content. So this will help Pinterest lure shopping creators away from larger rival platforms like Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and Facebook. Pinterest says more than half its users visit it to shop and that it sees more than 80 billion searches per month. Wow. And we were just talking about Pinterest this week. And I was saying that that's the thing. If you're looking for buyers who are ready to buy, they're at the register. You don't have to, entice them to the register. They're already there ready to buy. That's Pinterest. So now they're adding this Amazon storefront integration, which is even better. And then it says it sees more than 80 billion searches per month. That's a lot. That's a whole lot. Pinterest says creators will now be able to use a new tool to connect their Amazon storefront directly to their Pinterest account. After setup, their affiliate link will be applied automatically whenever they tag an eligible Amazon product, and this will automate the process of promoting items. These storefronts can then be featured on creators' Pinterest profile, allowing their fans and followers to see a broader picture of their recommendations beyond a single pin or board. So this deal ties Amazon and Pinterest closer together after the companies introduced their multi-year ad partnership in 2023, which made Amazon the first partner on third-party ads on Pinterest. Now they're starting with Amazon, but if this goes well with this integration, they're going to look at other platforms, and that would probably be like not Spotify, Shopify, and some of the others. So I was like, oh, that's interesting. Pinterest is doing things and LinkedIn is doing things for creators, and it's all about the money. Don't think they're doing it for the goodness of their hearts. We love the creators, and that no, there's money. There's money in it for them because they're all corporations and they all have a bottom line and they all got to make the shareholders happy. So there you have it. And that's what we have for social media news and updates this week.
Righty.
Right. Dr. Tati has the floor.
Thank you.
I indeed have the floor. Okay, first of all, just making sure you all can hear me properly. Yes?
Yes.
Fine. Okay, great. I am using that Boya, remember the microphone I showed you guys before?
Oh, yeah.
4-in-1. I'm using that because it allows me to move around as I'm doing it. So I'm using the lapel mic. So I just want to make sure everybody can hear me. Yes.
You sound great.
Fantastical. Great. All right. Yeah, I did a Be More on this that I haven't posted yet. I have a bunch of stuff I haven't posted. So look for that soon. It's a review of it. So let's see if we can go to our first story. So let's talk about, where are you? All right, the No Fakes Act. So we're starting with a little bit of media legislation here. There are state broadcasters that are representing all 50 states, the District of Columbia, and Puerto Rico, and they've adopted a resolution that supports bipartisan legislation to protect voice and visual likenesses of individuals from, quote, unauthorized computer-generated recreations using generative artificial intelligence and any and other technology. So basically, you're trying to protect against AI, right? So this resolution is urging members of Congress to support nurture originals, foster art, and keep entertainment safe. And that's where the acronym No Fakes comes from. So it's the No Fakes Act of 2026. So this is meant to address the use of non-consensual digital replications in audiovisual works, images, and also sound recordings. So NAB President and CEO Curtis Legate says this: NAB and broadcasters across the country support the No Fakes Act because it helps protect what matters most: trust. Local broadcasters work every day to earn the confidence of their communities, and unauthorized AI-generated replicas threaten that trust. This bipartisan legislation provides important safeguards against harmful deep fakes while supporting responsible innovation. So that's what's happening. We've got all 50 states that are or broadcasting associations that represent all 50 states, including DC and Puerto Rico, that are backing the No Fakes Act. Thoughts from you all?
How do you enforce that?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
I don't think they've gotten to that point yet. They're just proposing this legislation, and that's generally what happens in government. The legislation is proposed first, and the plan comes later. Remember, America is a very reactive nation. They're not necessarily proactive. Well, they're trying to be Well, no, it's not proactive. It's reactive because this is already happening. So we're reactive. And there's, as far as I can see, there's no concrete plan in place, but there's got to be one coming.
Well, here's the deal: it's got to be at the federal level, and then what usually happens is it starts at the federal level, and then each state gets to tweak it. So now, how's that going to work?
Right, exactly, because states have the right to adjust this legislation as they see fit, and that's probably going to be written into the federal law. So I really could not say how that's going to work. Again, I will say, like, this is interesting because I just saw something that came up when I was at Howard. The Telecommunications Act of 1996 was the big thing. And because I was a communications major, this was the big thing everybody was talking about, because that was the first sweeping overhaul of FCC legislation since the 1800s. So 1996 was the next time. Sorry, not the 1800s, since the 1930s. So the Telecommunications Act of 1996 was the first time in a long time that had happened. So, but that shows you that look how many innovations had happened between the 1930s and then the 1990s.
So that's 60 years.
60 years.
And now we got this 30-year gap, and it's what, quadrupled? Or
Exactly, because communication technology just gets better and better. So if we're looking at the history of the FCC, and you manage not to do anything major in 60 years, I'm not surprised that now you're playing catch up to do all these things. And when we look at broadcasting organizations in general, broadcasters are traditionally change adverse. They will only change if the audience demands that they change, because they start watching other networks, they start doing other things, the attention and energy starts to go into other technology. This is when they take notice and heed what's happening, not before. So this is how we end up as reactive toward information technology and communication technology. So this doesn't surprise me at all, that it's like, oh, now you care about deep fakes when you were warned about deep fakes early in the game. Damn it. Star Trek warned you about deep fakes, but you thought it was fiction. But once we started to see evidence that this is something that could happen, legislation was not moving fast enough because legislation or the Hill never takes innovation seriously. They always think it's not at the level of mass adoption, nothing can happen. And that's what they always bank on, mass adoption. Well, guess what? Technology can affect humanity without it being mass adopted. So you ought to be diligent and vigilant about that. So absolutely. And Fred has a comment toward that.
He says, well, let's start with yours, Fran. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
It says the money will be allocated to organizations to help enforce, to stop the fake. I guess that's monies. The organization will be fake also. So they need $5 billion, so they're going to come up with some fake money, according to Fred, to handle the fakes. And then he says, nobody likes change. Hence, what's old shall become new again because it has not changed.
Well, absolutely. Even our bodies like to be in a state of homeostasis where things are stable. People don't like change. And I do understand that. But nothing good happens and progress does not happen without change. Think about the facts of when you are exercising or working out. Unless you start to lift heavier weights. And if you stay there lifting the 2-pound weights all the time, you'll get a little bit of something. You will maintain what you have, but your muscles won't change unless you challenge them with something heavier. And that's a great analogy for your technology, etc. Unless you accept things changing, you don't grow and things will get better. And guess what? There's somebody who is always somebody who's willing to change, who will take away what you have because you don't want to change. And then you can't complain. So, absolutely. Here we go. Go ahead.
He says the definition of innovation is to make something look like new. Something is the old thing. Laugh out loud.
Yeah, there's nothing new under the sun. We've heard that all before. When I was in film school, taking film classes, the thing that one of our instructors said, there are no new stories. There's only the new spin you bring to it. Absolutely. Everything has already existed in some form before. It is just the spin you bring to it. So I agree. So we'll get back to, I think I have some more Hill news in a moment, but let's talk a little bit about the former View host, Elizabeth Hasselbeck. And this is interesting. Now, if you watch The View, I'm not a fan of The View, but I every once in a while would watch The View. And you will remember that there was a former co-host, Elizabeth Hasselbeck, who was, I guess, married to an NFL player or something like that. But she was also one of the conservative voices there.
Yeah.
Frankly, I didn't like her, but that's nobody cares.
Me neither.
The thing is, if you're going to be a conservative voice, I need you to have a critical thought mind process that brings you to that. Often it's just rooted in fear and lies, and that's the problem.
Can you tell everybody how she became to be a political commentator on The View? Do you remember how she?
I don't even remember. Do you?
She won Survivor. She was on Survivor on One Survivor.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. That's right.
Yes,
that's right.
She was young. She's young and blonde. I mean, sorry to the young and blondes, but that's what TV wants. It's all about looks and
wow.
brains.
It says she rose to prominence in 2001 as a contestant on the second season of the American version of Survivor.
Okay.
Where she finished in 4th place.
Yeah. And that's how she became. She jumped from being on Survivor to being on The View.
Proof being married
as long as
him.
To being exactly. Proof that if you are of a certain persuasion, sometimes all you need to be is mediocre.
Yeah,
For
you
one,
don't need to be great.
Exactly.
you can win
Yeah.
Survivor,
Yeah.
and you're afforded this. Well, you're going to be even more annoyed once you hear this news. So, so not only was she a mediocre part of the panel on The View, and mediocre because she came in fourth place on Survivor, she's now been tapped by CBS head Barry Weiss to guest the CBS morning show, to guest host the CBS morning
What?
show.
She's gonna be on in the mornings.
Yeah, she is set to guest host CBS morning
yes.
show next week in what's being viewed internally as, listen though, a potential audition for a larger role. Nobody
No.
guest hosts without there being something behind it. I've never seen that in the history of any show where it's like, okay, usually if you're guest hosting, that means, okay, well, we're looking at you for a contributing role on a more continuing basis. Maybe whenever this person is out, we'll bring you back in. They have
And she's
people
going to be
guest
on
host.
with Gail King and Nat Burleson.
Yes, Mediocrita is what I'm going to call her.
It's going
So
to be on with Gail. She gets to
Mediocrita will be on with Gail. Yes,
She
it
gets to
is
go to the
confirmed.
front of the line.
She went to the front of her own line. Yes, she did.
No, she went to the front of everybody's line.
Everybody else's line, exactly. So it was confirmed yesterday that she's going to appear as a special guest host from Monday through Wednesday alongside Gail King and Nate Burleson. So the
Also,
network is Go
yeah,
ahead.
just real quick, just remember after she left The View, I think she went to Fox.
She did go to
News?
Fox.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so that's
Because
how they're making the jump.
And didn't CBS have some shakeups at the top?
CBS has had a whole bunch of shakeups. I mean,
Yeah.
the entire thing is shooken and shooken. And we've talked about this.
It's a James Bond martini, shaken not stirred.
Absolutely shaken vigorously. It is shaken vigorously, and it is a dirty martini at that.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes. So there's been a lot of shakeup. Lots of people that have been let go. The latest is our 60 Minutes friend. Why do I forget his name?
Scott
Kelly.
Kelly.
Scott Kelly. Exactly. He was let go. So they are really trying to shape CBS into. And when I say they, I'm talking about Paramount and the Ellisons are trying to shape this into something that is going to work for them. At the end of the day, I don't even think they like the person currently occupying 1600 Pennsylvania. They like what they despise him, I'm sure.
They
what
just
they
like they
is
can get
their
away
money.
with.
Exactly. They like their money. They like being able to have someone in their pocket in government that can make their money go farther, if that makes any sense.
And
see,
let
here's
them
the
take
thing.
control of stuff.
And here's the thing. Remember that CBS always had an age problem. Like it was the
And
old
they still do.
network. They still do. The old people network, the old geriatric, the Gen Z is not watching. Gen Alpha definitely ain't watching, but that's what the advertisers want.
It is like on, remember Mad TV?
Yes.
They had a skit on there. Okay, we know Jurassic Park. We just talked about that. They had a skit called Geriatric Park where it was giant older people making events. So that is what CBS is, Geriatric Park. No disrespect to geriatric, the geriatric community.
But
There's
have
nothing
you
wrong
noticed
with
that
it.
all of the ads are about medicine and you got this condition and that condition?
But there's nothing wrong with that. It's they want to be, they want to be the TikTok, Instagram, and they can't.
No, CBS has always been the Geritol of network television. Always.
Yeah.
There you go. That's a good description.
Geritol, yeah. Trusted, reliable.
Well, I mean,
dependable.
what do you do with that once you lose trust?
Exactly. Fun fact on the low, I always wanted to know when I was little what Geritol tasted like because they were these little pearls. They were pearl candy.
You know, old people might be old, but they ain't stupid. Okay.
Not at all. The term wisdom comes from them. So, I think this is the shakeup at CBS as a whole, and we've talked about this, but that's a whole other thing. They are positioning CBS to be state-sponsored television. If
Yeah.
if television is already not, that is what they are positioning it to be.
They're gonna be Fox News 2.0.
Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely. So moves like this to bring mediocrity to
Well,
something
listen,
like
they
CBS.
can bring
Gail
her
King.
on, but
Go
they can
ahead.
bring her on, but people won't watch because there's all like Dr. Tati said, the setup from the View. She antagonized people on the View. Viewers, they already don't like her. They're gonna remember the View. Those people will not watch. The people that her fans will watch, and that's okay because I'm like, I stopped watching CBS a long time ago. I was only watching CBS for the morning show for Gail and Nate, but now I stopped watching them months ago because I'm like, no.
Now, here's the thing. When I was, I talk about I was talking about the fellowship that I had earlier. I had another one because listen, I used to be the queen of sitting down in front of Google and saying, what fellowships in communication are there for faculty? So I've had like 5 now because I took the time to do it. So I did one with the National Association of Television Program Executives. In that, when you got that faculty fellowship, you not only did you get to go to their conference for free, but they placed you in a faculty internship over the summer at the station of your choice in the market of your choice. So I chose to stay here because I said, well, that could possibly open up internships for my students, which it did. But because I was initially interested in public television, at first they were having a hard time getting in touch with the PBS affiliates here. So they said, okay, we're going to put you at a commercial station too. They said, oh, but it opened up here. So I had 2 at the same time. I got to spend time at PBS, the PBS affiliate here, WLRN, and the CBS affiliate here, CBS 4, and it's a duopoly. So it was also My 33. Remember the My networks? So it was CBS 4, My 33. So a duopoly is when you have 2 stations together in the same place under the same ownership. So I got to see what was happening there. It was amazing. And thank you so much. Nelly Rubio at CBS was absolutely amazing. But we're talking, CBS is always skewed older, but we're talking old CBS here. We're talking, and this is an affiliate, even though they're associated with the parent company, it's still an affiliate. But the way CBS used to run is different from what the Ellisons are trying to do now. Much different from what they're trying to do now. So to this point, so in addition to Hasselbeck's appearance, CBS is going to maintain the existing 3 anchor structure throughout the week. So Adriana Diaz is scheduled to co-host Monday's broadcast.
I like her.
Yeah, followed by Vlad Duthier.
I love Vlad too.
Nora O'Donnell on Wednesday. So they're having a series of guest hosts, but Hasselbeck, she's going to be there. So as you mentioned, she competed on the 2001 season of Survivor, the Australian Outback. She's married to former NFL quarterback and current ESPN analyst Tim Hasselbeck. And that could make a very lively conversation for that. So this move is coming as Weiss continues to reshape CBS following all those high-profile personnel changes that we've been talking about, including the decision to move Tony Dokoupil from CBS Mornings to the CBS Evening Show. Exactamundo. Any other thoughts?
I think Elizabeth is going to do the same as she did on The View and on Fox. Like,
I don't
she's
really
got fans
watch.
and her fans will watch, and that's all.
Yeah, I don't really.
Go ahead.
I don't really watch. Sometimes I'll see things over on YouTube that, different reports, but to sit down and watch the news, it's not a thing for me.
I mean, I used to put CBS Mornings on just as noise to see what okay, what's the most recent talk about this, that, and the other, or to see how they show the something popular. And then after a while, I was like, after this Paramount Plus CBS thing, Barry White's coming on. I was like, I was done before, but I was really done. I'm like, I don't care that Gail's on. I like Gail, but I don't care. I'm not even watching for
Exactly.
that. I like Nate, but I'm not watching CBS mornings. I'm not watching any of that stuff because I don't like what's happening here. It's the undercurrent of why are you destroying something that was okay and fine? I mean, you could have done something better. Yes, you need younger viewers. Yes, you need to change your stodgy ways, but there was another way to do it besides what they're doing being Fox 2.0. And it comes because they were bought by Paramount and they got the Ellisons and all that. There's an agenda, is what I'm trying to say. There's an agenda and I don't like it. So I don't have to. I'm mad as heck and I don't have to take it anymore. What's the guy says from Network?
From Network, yeah.
I'm mad as hell and I'm not gonna take it.
I don't gotta watch your stuff. I don't gotta watch your CBS. And a lot of other people feel that way because I was reading, they were saying about the ratings and the numbers for CBS morning show. They're in dead last. Today's show is first, and then GMA and CBS mornings is dead last. Their nightly news, dead last. Good. People aren't going to watch.
Absolutely.
You can,
sorry.
You can throw your clown shows and your Elizabeth Hasselbeck and your this and your soccer mom and your this and that. We're not watching.
Absolutely, absolutely. And obviously there will be an audience there.
Yeah,
this is the way they do things. So rather than come up with a whole new show, the days of coming up with a whole new show around a conservative voice like they did with Megyn Kelly are done. Because that's not on network.
No,
because that's not going to fly with many audiences because they do some of the most ridiculous things that it doesn't sit well with audiences. So what you do, you kind of slide them in the DMs of something that already works. Okay. And that way people are either not paying attention or they're too locked into the show already that's not going to make a major difference for them.
And see, they're alienating the people that were watching. They're alienating because, like you were saying about being comfortable with something, and then they're like, okay, well, we want Gen Z, Gen Alpha, TikTok. Those they're watching. They get their news from TikTok. So if you really wanted to do this CBS, you would have had more of a presence on TikTok versus moving and changing the furniture of what you have on network TV. Because hey, Gen Z, Gen Alpha don't watch network TV. For nothing.
Millennials and Gen X don't either.
Yeah. They don't either. But these two generations that they try to entice and we're gonna do this and because they're on TikTok. They're not even paying attention to you, CBS. You're only making the people that watch your show mad as heck, and they ain't taking it no more, which is the older crowd. They're not you're moving the immobiles. They used to not move. Now they're moving to YouTube. They're watching people like Don Lemon and Joy Reid, and there's another guy that left NBC or one of the channels, and he's on Substack, and they're watching those people, not you. Yeah. They're not loyal to the network. That loyalty to the network stuff, that's Tom Brokaw age. That's
and again, I always say this: peanuts taste like steak when you have nothing else there.
Oh, this is good, but when you taste that steak,
exactly. And so I love peanuts, but think about what we had in earlier days of television. You had 3 major networks, and then they were joined by Fox, and it became in the 80s, and that became a 4th major network. So you had 4 major networks, and that's basically all you had, because even though you had cable was still if you paid for it.
Yeah, because we weren't used to paying for TV. That's why cable took so long to like really take off, because we were like, well, we used to free TV. Why do we need to pay? But then, that's why.
Exactly. But then again, everything shifts.
Yeah,
and
shifts.
Fred has a comment that talks about news and sports. And
I don't remember the last thing Terrell, you remember?
The last thing It's the last comment.
Oh, okay. Hold on.
Okay. Oh, he got some more though.
The last thing you said is don't be surprised.
All right, hold on.
if
I got
you
it. So there you go. So he
Okay.
said
Yeah.
dead last. And then news and sports are the big money sources. All other stuff is fluff.
Absolutely. So news and sports, that is like what is news and sports is like the main thing. Think about a newspaper, and then you have the ads, which are placed. So with the newspaper, they place all the ads first, and then they have what's called the news hole. And the news hole is where the news goes after you place all the ads. Why?
Okay.
Because the ads are what pays for the whole thing. So they're worried about, and this is why there's also a limit with how long you can, how much space you get for different types of articles.
Right.
So you notice some are long, some are very short, because the thing that pays for this, especially in this day and age, is advertising. So if we think
Always.
about this type of thing, the news and the sports are like the bread and butter for most of these networks and local stations. Everything else, like Fred says, is fluff, right? So the news whole in this case, if we're making a comparison, would be the fluff, because you place the news and sports first, then everything else gets kind of placed around that, because
Yeah.
those are the things we're interested in, but those are not the big money makers
Right.
for the
Okay.
yeah. So absolutely correct, Fred. So I'm sorry, you wanted to show, you showed some more of his comments.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are all of them so far.
So that's what I have for you. I don't want to take any more time. I have more, but you know what? Let's end it here. That's what
That's a big, really big topic for media, because there's
It
the
is.
movement from mainstream media consumption to there's people broadcasting everywhere because they have the means to do so. They have their studio, it's simple phone, and they got something to say. And now,
And we want to hear it.
yeah, that's
We
why
want to hear the unfiltered stuff.
it's a good thing.
Mhm.
Yes.
So CBS is going to find out that the movements they're making and whatever reason and why is not going to work.
Exactly.
Not going to work. Sorry, not sorry.
Mhm. Mhm.
In that song, sorry, not sorry.
Yep.
Yeah.
I love that one. Okay.
Okay. So we just want to thank everybody for tuning in
Thank
and
you.
letting us
Thank you,
come into
Fred.
your space today. Thank you, Dr. Tachi, for all that you've contributed. And TJ, we enjoyed hearing, especially about Snapchat. And, there might be some control without just penalizing minors
Yeah.
and kicking them off the internet.
Yeah.
Some people just want to throw the baby out.
That's
with the
not going to happen
bathwater.
here. I mean, real quick, that's not going to happen here. They're not going to block minors. So.
Fred says, have a good one. So we
Thank
just
you,
want to
Fred.
thank you for your time,
Thank you,
everybody.
Fred.
And
Thanks for the
remember
comment.
that anytime you want to know about how to, what would you say, navigate the internet a little easier, things that are
Navigate
happening.
technology and media and all the things that are going on that could be
Yep.
confusing to you, and we try to make sense and we put our opinion on it.
Yep. So come on over and join us at Tech Life Weekly every Friday, and we look forward to seeing you all soon. Thank you, ladies, for all you do and for all you commit to this channel. We love you, and we'll see you all soon.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you for tuning in today. We trust you've learned something to help you build a more profitable business and take the hassle out of your hustle. See you next time.